Okay, so this one is on how to go from zero to wealthy. Okay, so I did a video on it and then I got the orders wrong because I was driving, so I thought I'd sit down with you and just do it properly. Okay, so let's just say you're starting from scratch, okay, and you've just had your first paycheck, etc. So firstly, what you want to do is, if you've got any credit card debt, pay that off, okay, as well as having like a small emergency fund, okay. So if stuff hits the fan, then you can dip into it if need be. And I'd recommend around £1,000, okay. Just put that in an account for rainy day fund. As we speak, there's highest paying interest savings account is called a rainy day savers account, and that's with Barclays, and they pay 5.12% interest. So just maybe put it in there, or it doesn't matter too much. Okay, so you want £1,000 to dip into if you need to. Let's say a clutch goes on your car or something like that. Yeah, then you can just dip into it, and any credit card debt, focus on paying that off, okay, first, probably before paying off any other debt, okay. And then after that, just pay off your smallest debt first to your largest debts, okay. Get your debts paid off, okay. Any sort of debts that aren't, investments, if you like, okay. So from there, what you want to do is save up. If you're an employee, save up between 3 and 6 months worth of living expenses, okay. So let's say you lose your job, you've got 3 to 6 months, and your car breaks down, you've got 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses to fall back on. Or if you need to move house or something like that, or if everything hits the fan at once, you'll be able to cover yourself, okay. After that, oh sorry, if you own a company, then it's 6 months worth of income. So let's say you make £100,000 a year, 50,000 of that goes for emergencies, okay. So you've done that, so you've done step 1, step 2, step 3, okay. I think there's 7 steps here. So you've done step 3. Step 4 would be invest into some index funds, okay, study index funds. I'd personally recommend the S&P 500. It's got a good proven track record. The average return is 9.8% over the last 50 years. So start buying the S&P, okay, you don't need to buy full shares of it, you can buy them in fractional shares from as little as £1, okay. So as soon as you've got £1 or more, just invest into the S&P 500, okay. So that's step 4. Whilst you're studying other investments, okay. So if it's the stock market, for example, I'd spend at least 6 months learning how to analyze companies and how to pick great stocks to buy, okay. Property, you'll need some capital for that. So yeah, single stocks, it can be REITs, which are real estate investment trusts that pay a dividend paying stocks. Just study the stock market in general, okay. Got an interest compound interest calculator up for you, okay. So go through some numbers in a minute. So that's step 5. Step 6, once you have enough saved up, and your income will qualify you for a mortgage. If you can get if you only need like 5 or 10% deposit, buy your first home, okay, to move into, okay. So that'll be one of your best investments that you'll make. So let's say you've got a 30-year mortgage, okay. Each year you'll be paying down your mortgage by around 3 1/3%. Okay, so 3.33% of your mortgage is getting paid off, versus renting, you're not paying anything off the house. Okay, so it's 3.3%. And let's say you only needed 5% deposit. So you put down your 5% deposit to purchase the home, and in the first year you pay 3.33% off. Okay, so that adds up to 8.33%. Okay. Also, if the property value increases by, say, let's say 6.7% or so, give or take, in the first year, so you buy it a little bit, 2% but below market value, you make 6.7% on your money. You've tripled your money in your first year. Okay, so you got your 3.3, 6.7, that's 10%, which is double your deposit money, and then 5%, which is your deposit money. You've basically tripled your money in your first year. Okay, so you want to aim to do that. From there, okay, keep investing in great assets. Okay, so that might be single stocks, ETFs, mutual funds, index funds, dividend paying stocks, and spread yourself out, diversify. Okay, and I've got a compound interest calculator for you. My favorite book that I've read on investing is written by Tony Robbins, and it's called Money Master the Game. I recommend reading that. Okay, you can download it on Audible as well, so they just the book will be read to you out loud, so when you're driving or something you can listen to that. Okay, basically it talks about investments and opens your eyes to a few things. Now, a great investor would look for typically 15% above inflation on their money, okay, per year. So let's do some numbers. So inflation over the last 100 years has been 3.15%. So if you put 15% on that, that makes it 18.15%, okay, on your money. Now, so I've done that, so I'm just going to turn it round. You've got 18.15%, okay, so you deposit £1,000. Let's do this, 1 year. Forget this, okay, so you've just put £1,000 in and just left it, okay, not added to it, and you waited 20 years, okay, so that 1,000's turned into 28,000. Okay, now it's super important that you add to this. Okay, so let's say you add £50 a week, so let's say you add £200 a month over that 20-year period. Okay, let's calculate. So it's 28,000 to 416,000, and then you got 367,000 in gains. Okay, now let's say you started investing earlier, so 5 years earlier. So let's put it 20. Hang on. So you got 25. So 416,000. Let's go 25 years. Okay. So you've done that for 25 years. Almost doubles that. Okay. So you got 976,000. Okay. Yeah, so that's the power of and this is sort of like billionaires' estimates. So that's a really high return, okay, over the long term. You've done really well if you can get that every year. Some years you'll get a lot more than that, where the stock market's absolutely booming, okay, and then it does horrible, okay. So like this year, 2022 has been nasty, okay. There's been like no returns pretty much anywhere. But that means it's a greater time to be buying, okay. I've been a happy buyer myself this year. Even though it's gone down and down and down, you're getting better deals on your money, and then eventually things pick back up again and you get better returns later. So this 8.15, if you can get that on average over 25 years, just on £1,000, and you just put in 50 quid a week, not even that really, £200 a month, just £200 a month. Okay, how much is it? Say you earn 2,000 a month, it's 10% of your income away. Okay, 10% of your income. How doable is that? And you get returns like this. Okay, big enough nest egg. Okay, I'd recommend, don't need to if it's not your thing, but investing in commercial property. Okay, so we're on step 5 here. Commercial property, okay, providing it doesn't take away too much of your net worth, okay. And with commercial property, it's great, you get great yields, there's no maintenance costs, all the maintenance charges goes down to the tenants, and you can have, the average term for a tenant is 10 years, okay. So they basically rent the place for, on average, 10 years, pay you rent and cover any maintenance, insurance, and everything like that. So you don't need to worry about boilers and things. You don't need to worry about, it's basically pretty much passive, okay. And anyone who tells you something's passive, there's no such thing as passive, fully passive income apart from a pension, okay. But that's like one of these two here, just 2 pension, okay, it's residual, but a lot of people say it's passive because it almost is, okay. But you obviously need to keep an eye on the companies, or you're investing in great assets, okay. And then step 6, that is, beyond your emergency fund, you want to hold between 10 and 30% of cash, okay. So when a great opportunity comes, you can deploy that cash, and it's a safety net, okay. So step 6. There might only be 6 steps, but just do that, okay. So when the companies say, you know, dip a little bit, you can buy more, and that's a great way of building wealth. And as you get older, step 7 is invest in dividend paying stocks, okay. And that could be Canadian banks, they pay dividends. I've run out of storage on my phone, so it's going to automatically disconnect. But I hope you like this one. Click thumbs up if you do, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Look forward to it. Cheers.